without Kyrie Irving last night, but they responded in a big way as they continued to dominate the Sixers. Boston held on late to pull off the upset on the road and have now beaten them in 10 out of their last 12 games. Boston responded to Morris calling them a bunch of individuals, finishing with 24 assists to only 6 turnovers. And the Celtics improved to 8-2 this year without Kyrie. So, Jason, sticking around for another round here.
Yes. For what?
Yeah. I think you might need some help here, Jenny. You might need some help here.
Shots fired.
Greg,
That's not a good, comforting thought that he's
You're
your
not being
help.
very hospitable here. But let's start with you on this topic. How do you explain this Celtics upset?
Kyrie Irving. Again.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there. He wasn't in uniform. And again, Kyrie Irving is a phenomenal player. Very electric. Very exciting. And he just doesn't fit what they want to get done. And when I say they, specifically Brad Stevens, when I look at the Boston Celtics, even last night, you look at their disposition, their demeanor, the posture of the team. They were enthused, exciting, the ball's popping around, everybody's involved, nobody's standing and watching and on the offensive side of the ball. Everybody's getting after it defensively. They are a better equipped team without Kyrie Irving. They're flashier with him. And yes, he gives you those big shots and those big moments, and he can help your team. But they have proven to be better this year. With Kyrie Irving, they're 28-19. Without him, they're 8-2. 80% win completion without Kyrie Irving in 10 games. It's a small sample size, but it's a good enough sample size. Like, their points per game is pretty much the same, 113, 112, but their opponent's points per game with Kyrie, 107, without Kyrie, 103. They get after it more. Like, they're a completely different team because they understand we need everything everyone has. And not one player is going to dominate the ball like a Kyrie Irving. We love it. As a fan, you love to see his handles and him weave through opponents and defenders. It looks great. It is great at times, but it doesn't fit who the Boston Celtics really are. That team is based on Brad Stevens and his scheme and these players who are really good players. They may not be superstars yet, but they're really good players, and they understand, as young players, how to win.
A lot of what you said is true. Kyrie brings an entirely different element, and they play differently when he's not there. And if they want to get to the second round, or at best, the conference finals, then fine. Let's do that. If you want to be Butler, that's fine. Then do that. But if you want to win a championship, it's only happened twice in NBA history
you
that
just
a team went to the finals without a superstar.
You just said earlier they don't even have to worry about the Sixers.
No, you're right. But there's a Milwaukee Bucks team lingering. There's a Toronto Raptors team lingering. And guess what each of them have? A superstar. And Kyrie Irving, you know at the end of the game who is going to get it done. He's going to get a good shot at the rim. He might hit a three-pointer. He's a winner. When has a team this young as Boston, ever gotten to the finals? That's the goal. Unless they had superstars, Shaq and Penny, LeBron in 07. You're not getting a bunch of role players who, by the way, on top of that, are young to get to the finals without Kyrie.
And Greg, Chris is, 100% right. Last year, that young bunch passing the ball around like it's a rec league and everybody's having fun and eating hot dogs. Problem is they were up 2-0 against LeBron James and the Cavaliers.
Against who?
Okay.
Against who?
LeBron James and the Cavaliers.
The teams are better this year. Milwaukee's better than those Cavs wouldn't have won the East this year.
They lost 4 of 5, including Game 7 at home. Wet the bed in Game 7 where they missed 27 three-pointers. And the problem that you have is, you're right, this team turns into Butler. You're not going to win. Kyrie averaged 28 points against the Warriors.
He made
the big game, the big three-pointer when it matters. And when you need to get a basket, a shot, a bucket at the basket, he's the best.
Nobody can do it.
What is this Milwaukee Bucks nonsense, okay? When was the last time they won a playoff series? Who beat the Bucks, Broussard, last year in the first round? The Kyrie-less Boston Celtics. This is a team
Wasn't it
right now.
7 games?
Guys, I got to say it.
Were the Bucks as good last year? Were
They were a great team last year.
Great?
They were really good.
No, they weren't that good.
The
They were a
Boston
low
Celtics
seed.
without Kyrie are better. Jennings made some very valid points, and you agreed with him. Here's one, Gordon Hayward.
Thank you.
Did you see him last night?
Oh,
so
you
much more
expect 26
comfortable.
a night from
I don't know
Gordon
about
Hayward?
26 a
All
night,
right, this stop.
but I'm telling you.
Because I saw Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown has 7.
Yeah, guess what? Al
Terry
Horford plays
Rozier had
great
5.
defense.
For all your ball
This
movement
team is
and all that.
fine
all
without
that
Kyrie.
fun.
Guys, the producer of this show, Sean Hurley, he's been in my ear for a year. Jason, man, I'm telling you, they're better without Kyrie. They're better without Kyrie.
I love
and all
Sean
of a
Hurley,
sudden,
but that's your
He's a
argument.
time
You
out.
didn't talk to Jerry West.
Time out.
You didn't talk to Hubie Brown. You didn't talk to a GM. Sean
can you
Hurley
let me
is making
finish
your
my
arguments.
art? Can you let me finish my point? This is a Celtics team. You watch them, as Jennings said, without Kyrie. There's no pressure. There's no drill sergeant.
Why didn't they finish
all
the
on their
job
back
last
saying,
year in the
come
Eastern
on.
Conference
When
Final?
Kyrie doesn't get the ball at the end of a game and get the final shot, he's angry at his teammates.
Chris, would they have won
that
the Eastern Conference
without
Finals
Kyrie.
last year if Kyrie played in that series against LeBron?
They probably would have.
They would have
probably-
won.
Yeah, we can say that now. They
sure.
But here last year they didn't have a Gordon Hayward who gives them another option. And you talk about
putting a lot on
no,
Gordon Hayward.
I'm not.
Tatum
That's the
in year
thing.
two.
Averaging 11 points.
No, that's the thing. You're saying Gordon Hayward's gonna give you 26 more points? He doesn't need
That's
to.
not his game.
Because we have so many guys that can give you 20 any given night.
Balance,
We
baby.
don't need Gordon Hayward to give you 20 every night because somebody else is gonna give it to you.
I know they can be good, Greg. They can win the East without Kyrie. Is that what you're telling
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Have you looked at the Raptors, by the way? Are they phenomenal? They scare you? The Toronto
Yeah,
Raptors?
the Raptors are a
What,
tough
they got
team.
Marc Gasol?
They're
that why?
long. They defend.
That's the most
They've got a
overrated team in the East
superstar.
right now.
And
Most
you also
overrated
know
team by a
Danny-
mile.
your word
Danny
for it.
Ainge
He knows it, right?
he can't win without Kyrie.
A title,
He's
yes.
Not,
Well, that's
what
what
we're
they
talking
call it.
about.
What is Boston?
You're not
title.
beating, nobody's beating the Warriors.
Well,
Nobody.
Boston hang
Nobody's
banners for
beating the
getting
Warriors.
there?
Right,
No,
it's about winning
no,
the
but we-
championship.
He just said me. Your argument is
No,
shot.
nobody's beating the
The
Warriors.
goal
the
is a
Bucks, the
title.
Raptors. They can do that.
Wait.
without Kyrie Irving.
Wait.
They can.
You just said his
Not this
argument
year.
is shot. How is it shot? Is anybody? Are you betting against? You want to put some J's up
I'm
against
saying-
somebody beating
I'm saying-
the Warriors?
Give away Jordans.
You
again.
want to put some J's up on the Warriors?
Hold on. Okay, so this is what you're saying. They can't win a title this year.
No.
But next year they can win a title.
Well,
without
Kyrie leaves in free
If
agency.
Golden
They
State
pick up
breaks
someone else.
They
Heck
can
yeah.
win a. Well, no, this team right here,
Without a star.
without Kyrie,
Right.
is that team ever going to win a title? And let's say Durant leaves Golden State and goes to New York. Is that Boston team winning a title?
I think
as
they can.
are?
I think they can.
They can win. Yes, they can.
You guys are kidding yourself. We've seen this act in college. And yeah, I'm talking about, with
The little engine that could.
that could. All they do is get up there, and they always lose in the big
Jason
game. You know
Tatum's
why?
a little engine.
Because the other teams always have the stars. So I don't care how good of a coach you are and your schemes and what you do. The bottom line is you need those horses, the big stars, at the end to win. Chris already gave it to you. Only 2 teams have ever won a championship without a star in the NBA. 2.
Superstar.
I'm like, you guys are making it seem like these guys aren't developing and budding into stars. Like
Tatum makes.
By the way, can
Who's
you
the
give
other
me,
one?
Broussard, give me the
Who's the
list
other
of
one?
But
guys
that's
who are
the-
stars who can win the title? Because it sounds like there's like 5 guys that could win a title that are stars.
Yeah,
I think Kyrie's one. That dude is tremendous.
So in 2 years, Jason Tatum cannot be a
that's
star
why-
and win a title.
That's why.
So with
Danny
Kyrie,
Ainge-
if you put Kyrie on this roster with everybody playing the way that they played last night, and he adds to that, are they beating the Golden State Warriors?
No, but
No.
could they win the championship at that point?
in the future,
Without them, they
without
can't
Kyrie,
win.
they
They
can't
can't win.
That
They
Danny,
won't win.
why do you think?
What is your argument
Why
then?
do you
Because
think
they
they
got to the conference finals without Kyrie last
lost
year?
4
Why with all of the rumblings and all of the hints and all of the backtracking that Kyrie's done and that's surrounding Kyrie going to New York or leaving Boston, why didn't Danny Ainge, one of the smartest executives in the league, trade him before the deadline?
You could have traded him. He don't
You
want to
could
be
have got
here.
a haul. Wait, but if this team is so good without him, he is banking on, I got to keep Kyrie Irving, and I will trade this cast that you guys love so much to get Anthony Davis, the superstar.
He called New Orleans and said, don't make the trade. Hold on.
Chris,
I
this
get
is-
all
let
of
me ask you
that.
this. This is
I
those
get all
guys.
of that. That's why he didn't trade, because he's thinking of trying to acquire a guy like Anthony Davis.
For these guys, hold on. But you think Anthony Davis is going to fit into what Brad Stevens always wants to do and just the little engine that could?
All I'm saying is this team, am I reading this wrong? This team is better without Kyrie Irving.
Chris, Chris Broussard,
Let me put these on. Let me see if this changes.
Last postseason
You know what?
for this season. It's easy.
I
They
think
were
the
better
numbers
in the
still look
playoffs
the
last year
same.
than they are right now.
The numbers still look the same. They're
go
8-2
Right, you really-
at 80% win completion. Yeah, these are hurting my eyes, man.
Broussard, they were a better team last postseason than they are right now. That's a fact.
They
and you
beat
can
a
admit it.
Bucks team that wasn't nearly as good as it is right now in 7 games.
And the Cavaliers in 7
Cavaliers
games came
that
back
was
from
not a
0-2.
good Cavaliers team.
And they came back from 0-2
right.
to beat them.
And beat them 4 out of 5 at home, game 7.
And you're saying this team right now that's fifth in the East is better than that.
I agree with you in that these Boston Celtics are a good team without Kyrie. I said they would beat Philadelphia because of all Philadelphia's
But they can't win a
issues
title
without Kyrie. I don't think they could beat Toronto or Milwaukee
All
without
of what
Kyrie.
you're saying, it happened. They didn't even have Gordon Hayward, so they didn't have another option. I'm not saying
Hayward hasn't been that great this year.
All right,
He
guys.
can be. He will
because
be.
he didn't have the opportunity to be.
Jason.
The ball isn't in his hand. 'Cause
Thank you for
Kyrie
being
got it.
I can't wait to come back Friday, go for the clean
Yeah,
sweep.
and wear the tie again.
Yes,
Good luck.
no shots at the tie. How about the flower power, baby? Like that?
No comment.
Cross the line.
stretching.
Will LeBron do the impossible and miss the playoffs for the first time in almost 15 years? His former co-star Chris Bosh is